Hey there traders, this is Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explained, and our regular weekly MacroWatch update for the week commencing the 16th of August 2021. European stock averages leave global indices higher. So let's take a look first of all at the macroeconomic and geopolitical developments over the past week. Well, we've seen core and headline inflation data moderate in July compared to June. The standout event last week was in a light data week was the US CPI, the ex-food and energy number coming in at 0.3% below consensus estimates. On the fiscal side, the US Senate passed the infrastructure spending bill, approximately $1 trillion with about $560 billion of new spending. And as ever, we've seen the ongoing global spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant, which leaves markets somewhat vulnerable to sporadic risk-off moves. So let's now take a look at the global financial market developments of the past week ending 13th August. So European stocks, as we said, leading global stock indices higher. Here the DAX making yet another new all-time high and really pushing on firmly over the past week. US equity indices a little bit more tentative, but again we saw new highs, record levels for the S&P 500 and DJIA, Dow Jones Industrial Average. On the bond side, we've seen a continuation of the higher yield moves that we saw from the prior week for most of last week, and then we did see a pushback towards lower yields on Friday, but that high yield threat is definitely intact in here at the moment for US 10 yields and global yields. On the dollar continued to firm as it had the prior week, but then again setting back on Friday, but the underlying theme is for a slightly more positive US dollar. And on the back of that, you saw on Friday the euro bounce, and here when we saw that dollar weakness, but the euro had already pushed lower to a new setback low in here down towards 117.00 versus the US dollar and remains negative and vulnerable. And the pound, having rebounded here previously in late July, has been faltering in here through early August. We noted that last week and setting back last week. And again, despite a little bounce for the pound with dollar weakness on Friday, the pound starting to show a bit more of a negative bias, similar that we saw earlier in the summer, June through July. On the commodity side, we saw gold plunge lower in a flash crash on Monday, having had a significant sell-off on Friday. It did recover from that flash crash, but the plunge leaves a negative theme for gold as we go into the balance of August. We've seen a dip and a rebound in here for oil, which leave it very much in a sideways trading range in here, pretty much between 65 and 75, with a narrower band being 65 and really sit around 72, 73 for oil. And if we take a look at copper, similar in here. We saw a sell-off in here late July for early August, a slight rebound last week, and very much in a sideways consolidation theme. So now let's take a look at the week ahead commencing 16th of August. Well, as ever, we're going to be monitoring the global spread of cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant in particular, and watching for further potential easings from the global lockdown, but also potentially for renewed lockdown measures coming in. On the central bank side, in here, we get the Reserve Bank of Australia minutes on Tuesday, and the Reserve Bank of New Zealand interest rate decision and statement comes Wednesday. And then through the week, let's have a look through here. So we have Japanese GDP to kick off the week, and then Chinese industrial production and retail sales. We get those RBA meeting minutes Tuesday, EU employment change and GDP also Tuesday. That RBNZ interest rate decision comes Wednesday, alongside UK inflation data, plus EU and Canadian inflation data in the form of CPI. We get the Australian employment report Thursday, and the weekend's off with Japanese CPI and UK retail sales. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. If you like what you're seeing here, remember, please do hit that like button, and don't forget to follow us if you want to see some more from our YouTube channel. Take care. See you soon with another MacroWatch. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained MacroWatch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.